All right, thanks, Jim. So welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. I know you're all taking time out of your day, so I'll get right into it. And I estimate this should only take maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes in total. So we won't take up too much of your time. So today I'd like to outline the product and cover the features and benefits of using a MicroSurvey CAD solution. I'd like to talk about the pricing and licensing options. And I'll show a few short demos as well, covering some of the highlighting features of the product. And then I'd also like to talk about the holiday sale that's going to be going on, or that is going on right now during the holiday season. And then we'll have some time for some questions at the end, so you guys can give us some feedback and let us know what you're thinking. So first, I'd just like to do a quick poll for everybody to get a little bit of feedback. So what I'd like to know is what qualities you look for in a CAD solution, and you're allowed to choose more than one answer here. So I'm just going to start the poll, and then you can do that from the webinar interface. So that's open. You should see it now. All right, that should be good. So I'll just share those results with everybody as well. So you should be able to see them now. So it looks like useful features and tools is definitely the most popular option here. And surprisingly, price is the lowest. So it's good to see that everybody is interested in what the program can do for you. So I'd like to be able to show you today that each of these options can, or each of these qualities can be met through embeddedCAD, but definitely the useful features and tools is one thing we're going to highlight in this presentation. So thank you for your feedback, everybody. So from reviewing the sign-up information that everybody filled out, it appears that a large portion of you are here because you've obviously heard of Autodesk and AutoCAD and MicroSurvey, but you may not have realized that we offer an AutoCAD OEM-powered CAD solution. Another large portion of you are experienced users who may be here to see what's new with embeddedCAD and inCAD 2017. For those of you new to the program, I think you'll be very pleased with what we have to offer. And for you existing customers, you'll be happy to see some more improvements with the CAD engine that you already know. We haven't made any major changes with this release, but I think that says good things about the product. We're not looking to reinvent the wheel here, but we always want to improve on those good features that you guys know and use all the time. We do have a few new treats for you, though. However, we've upgraded to the latest AutoCAD OEM 2017 engine. We've added cloud storage support, improved IPN functionality, and we've also made some changes to the auto map. So those are some features that you guys should definitely look out for in 2017. So let's look at the products then. Many people I talk to on a daily basis use a completely separate CAD program just for importing field data, checking points, calcing points, and this might be considered possibly overkill. I think it would make more sense to have one CAD package that meets all your needs, and having one that's powered by AutoCAD OEM is definitely beneficial. So embeddedCAD is a complete survey calcing drafting solution that comes in a standalone software package. It has all the features of AutoCAD OEM 2017, plus you're getting all those MicroSurvey tools built in, such as Cova, surfacing, active drawing technology, field data importers, etc. So what's the difference then? embeddedCAD is a standalone software package, while embeddedCAD is actually a plugin for existing Autodesk products. It installs over top of AutoCAD 2017, Civil 3D 2017, and AutoCAD Map 3D 2017. From a MicroSurvey tools perspective, they're virtually identical. So those features will all be the same, and then obviously there'll be a difference in pricing as well. So I'm going to focus mainly on embeddedCAD throughout this presentation, but much of what I talk about is going to be interchangeable between the two programs. So why embeddedCAD? Many survey companies they have drafters or are hiring drafters who already have AutoCAD experience. And obviously AutoCAD's a big player in the CAD industry, and we here at MicroSurvey recognize that fact. Switching to a new CAD platform can be a difficult, time-consuming process. Training obviously takes time, and this is why embeddedCAD is a really great option. If you're already familiar with the AutoCAD environment, you're going to feel right at home. The icons, commands, visual layout, they may remain virtually unaltered, so the transition time is really swift. It's completely 100% compatible with the AutoCAD DWG format, so there's virtually no concerns about receiving files from engineers or architects who are using Autodesk products and then you not being able to view or open or edit them. And then also working downstream. If you are sending files to different departments or offices, or you've got clients who are using Autodesk products, there's no worry about files that you're sending them not being, or they're not able to use them or view them. So this can definitely be a big time saver, cutting down on that back and forth between you guys and your clients. And I also want to mention object enablers as well, especially for Civil 3D users or people with Civil 3D clients. If you're interested in working with object data from different AutoCAD platforms, embeddedCAD does support the use of object enablers. So that's a big feature that we get asked about a lot, and I think it's important to note here. And then I'll talk about the pricing in a bit here, but it's a very economical option as well. And I guess I should add, obviously you're getting all those MicroSurvey tools as well. So you're getting the Cova functions and the importers, the active drawing technology. So it's a really great software package. Now what about inCAD? If you're already paying for AutoCAD or Civil 3D, you've got a really great software package already. But it's not designed for surveyors. So inCAD's a really strong addition to these programs if you're working with geospatial data. You gain all those same MicroSurvey features as embeddedCAD, the Cova routines, point database, importers as I've mentioned, but you're keeping everything under one roof. So there's no hassle with converting file types, maintaining multiple software packages, switching between programs. The inCAD plugin takes care of all that for you. You're working with the same files, you've got all the MicroSurvey tools available to add on there. And again, that installs as a plugin for AutoCAD 2017, Civil 3D 2017, and AutoCAD Map 3D 2017. So I'm just going to touch on licensing and pricing here, and then we'll get into some demonstrations. Subscription services are becoming more and more popular these days. And here at MicroSurvey, we still do offer perpetual licensing for our products. So you do own what you buy. Yearly subscription services may not be advantageous to all of you guys. A lot of you may not wish to face that yearly expense just to maintain your software solutions. So when you purchase inCAD or embeddedCAD, you own the software. by default, you're going to receive, I believe, 3 months of maintenance. So if there's a new release or something shortly after you purchase, you can upgrade immediately. So there's no concerns there. I've just created a rough chart here comparing an embeddedCAD perpetual license plus an annual maintenance over 4 years versus yearly subscriptions based on $1,400 a year and $2,400 a year. You can see the initial investment is slightly higher with embeddedCAD, but after 3 years you're already ahead. You can upgrade at any point. You own the software, so you can use it indefinitely into the future. And also note, I have added the $595 annual maintenance here, so you are able to upgrade to every new version as they're released. So you know, embeddedCAD 2018, 2019, as they come out with that annual maintenance, you're able to update at any time. As a bonus, we are also offering holiday pricing now, so I'm going to talk about that in more detail later, and I know Dave will touch on it as well. So that's something to definitely check out. And I've listed the prices here off our website as well. So let's get into some demonstrations. I want to talk about those MicroSurvey features. I keep reiterating. Cova routines. This is definitely one of the most widely used features of MicroSurvey's CAD products. They allow you guys to quickly calculate through traverses, create points from plans, you know, calc points to be sent out into the field. I've listed here all the different functions that the Cova routine can complete. But the big thing here is that most of these can be entered really, really quickly through the command line. As I've noted, it was designed so that you can basically have one hand on the keyboard and one hand on the plan. And I'd imagine a lot of you experienced users that are attending today can attest to the efficiency of the Cova routines. They've been tried and tested for quite a few years now, and I think our users really enjoy them. So I'm just going to bring up a quick video here. So I'm just going to demonstrate the Cova routines, the basics here for those of you who may not have seen MS Cova before. So I'm working right in the command line here. I'm going to add a point, calculate through some distances and azimuths. I do a distance-distance intersection and also a curve. The big thing here I just want you guys to note is the speed and efficiency. I'm not a day-to-day drafter here, so a lot of you guys might be quicker than I am, and I'm still completing these tasks with ease. And with the hot toggles window that you see in the top right corner, we've got our lines and curves and distances and bearings shown, so all that labeling is coming up automatically. So there I've completed calcing point 11 with a distance-distance intersection. And here I'm bringing up the curves dialog, so if you don't wish to work in the command line alone, you can have user interface here. So starting a curve at point 11, I'm creating point 12, all my descriptions are coming up, and I'll simply finish this off by inversing between 12 and 9. And so just that quickly, I've already traversed through a few points. They're now stored in the database, and the other thing to note here is these are smart lines. So if I move point 10 and update its position, the first thing you'll notice is point protection is going to warn me that my coordinates are moving. And then you'll also see the line work has moved with the point, and the azimuths and distances have updated automatically. So that makes it really handy if you need to make edits to points. You're not constantly needing to redraft things. Just updating the scale here, make things a little more legible. And I'm just going to show the point database as well. So here we've got a spreadsheet style layout of all the points that I've collected. They're now stored in the database. And you'll notice the little red history flag here just shows that point 10 has been moved. So you can see that the coordinates were changed, and it shows the old coordinates as well. So it's a really handy feature if you guys are calcing through plans and you know, sending points out into the field to be staked out. I definitely encourage you guys, if you're going to try a demo 2017, explore the Cova routines because they're really handy. So field data importers. Obviously, as surveyors, a lot of what we do is collect points in the field, and we need to be able to bring that data into our drawings. So embeddedCAD has a lot of third-party importers available to you. Obviously, we import our own Field Genius software. It's very easy to import and export Field Genius projects, import and export ASCII files. And for you Leica users out there, we are compatible with the Leica DBX format. So if you're running Captivate or Viva in the field, you can bring all of your field files in, and using your feature codes and the auto map, you're able to retain all your line work and point IDs and things like that. That's all stored in the Captivate project. And I showed you the active coordinate editor there briefly, but we also have the active traverse editor, which I'll show here in a second in my demo. But again, it's another spreadsheet style layout of all the raw information from your traverse. So you can review all the information, you can make changes, add points, fix blunders. So if you've made an incorrect instrument height or something like that, you can make those fixes right in the traverse editor, re-coordinate, and then your drawing file will be updated automatically. And we also have a field to finish option. We have the auto map. So and this is a code-based field to finish. So it's going to work with the field codes that you use as surveyors, or that your field guys use it. I know when I was in the field, a lot of times there would be a lot of pushback when managers would try and get field crews that have been using one field system for many, many years to try and change, their point descriptions and things like that, so that a field to finish option can work in the office. But in this case, you can fully customize the auto map to work with your own point descriptions and bring all your line work, your layering, coloring, line types, add symbols automatically. That's all done for you. And I should also note here that we also support XYZ coding, SDR, and AIMS coding as well. Let's bring up another video here for you. So this is like a Captivate project that was collected in Germany. So the first thing I'm just going to do is head up to the Traverse menu and bring in complete the Leica DBX import. So now I brought this in already, so most of this is set up, but you just need to browse for the files. You've got some setup options here. There I'm making sure my feature codes are turned on. You can set up the auto map, and then I'm just going to import. So the file was brought in. There are a couple GPS reference points that are quite far away, so I just need to zoom into the main area of the survey here. And we can see that all the line work and coloring has been done for us. There's also some manhole symbols that you'll see in there as well. And that's all done automatically. So that line work was completed in the field, and using the auto map and the feature codes, it's all brought in for you. You can see there the layering, line type, the color, that's all done. There's also one of the manhole symbols that was brought in automatically as well. And as I rotate the view here, you'll notice that all this line work is 3D as well. So you're snapped right to the point node. And if you're getting into any surfacing routines or things like that, having 3D line work is really handy. So you can see all those, all that line work is up at elevation with the rest of the points. And you can see as well, it's quite easy to work with your data in embeddedCAD, rotating your views and looking at the data and reset back into top-down view here. So I'll bring up the active traverse editor now. So you can see again, it's another spreadsheet style layout. And we've got all of our information for the job file itself, date and time, antenna height, instrument model and serial number, etc. And as I scroll through, you'll notice here in brown we've got a resection that was completed, so there's all the raw information for that. There's an occupy point, backsite instrument height, so for example, if that instrument height was wrong, I could update that and recoordinate the traverse, and that'll update all my files and all of my line work and points in the drawing. So it's a really good way to see everything that's been stored by your data collector and make any changes that you need to. I'll also show the active coordinate editor again. Just as an example here, sometimes it's nice to just tile this beside your drawing so you can see both. So we've got our point IDs and coordinates and elevations, descriptions listed. And as I zoom in on the drawing, just to show you a couple neat features. As I click on that first column here, you'll see the little yellow cross that zooms you to the point. So if you're quickly looking to find a point in a very complex drawing, having the active coordinate editor makes things easy. And you can also make changes to the data. So here I'm just going to select a few of these GPS points and update the description. So I'm simply just highlighting them, adding the description, and then as I zoom in on the drawing here, you'll notice that the descriptions were updated automatically. And there's those history flags again that I noted. So because we did make a change to a point that was stored in the database, we're keeping a record of that. So we know that the description has been changed. And this is a good place to show an example of how our independent point numbering works. So this is a quite cluttered area. There's a lot of information here, and it's kind of hard to discern one point from another. So I'm just going to freeze off all of the elevations, descriptions, and point IDs, and then I'm going to turn on our IPNs. So this is just a visual label for your points. It resizes automatically depending on your zoom level. So you don't need to worry about resizing text all the time to be able to differentiate one point from the other. We also have the independent point elevations, independent point descriptions. So these aren't actually a part of the drawing. They're just a visual thing for you, and they make it really easy to work with busy job files with a lot of point information. And one last feature I'll just show quickly. I'll zoom into one of those points here. And if you pick on the little drop pin there under the map column, it's going to open up your drawing in Google Maps. So I've got my coordinate system all set up here. So it's brought me over to Germany, and this is a great way to show field crews or clients satellite imagery of your surveyed area. Quick way to reference it. We also export KML files as well, so if you want to send a KML file of all the points out, and that can be a really handy feature. So that's just a general overview of the import options. Again, this was like a Captivate project, so if you guys are using like a Captivate in the field, you're definitely able to import that data into embeddedCAD. Oh, Jim, did you have something to add?
Yeah, actually, there was a good question in the chat line, or there was a couple of questions in the chat line, actually. One of them was Ahmed had jumped in and said he really liked the IPNs, but he asked if they cause any clutter when you print out the drawing.
Oh, no. So as I mentioned, they're basically just a visual reference for you. So when you print a drawing, they're not going to be included in that. It's just in model space while you're working. You can see your point numbering, descriptions, and elevations, and that way you can shut off those other layers to keep your drawing a little bit cleaner while you're working.
Okay, great. Okay, and just because it's relevant, I'll also mention Lee had asked, do you need to learn a line coding system in order to get a field to finish result like we saw in that example?
No, you won't need to learn, for example, XYZ coding. There is a field process that's involved. You don't need to do that. The AutoMap is fully customizable so that it works with your existing field descriptions that your crews are using, and it's fully customizable that way.
Great, thanks.
All right. So I guess, yeah, continuing on, servicing and DTMs. For those of you that are interested in servicing, MicroSurvey does have tools available which make creating things like tins and contours very simple. If you need to compute volumes, compare services, send services out to the field for stakeout. Once you learn to use these tools, they can become very useful. So I'll just show you a quick example here of how easy it is to create services in embeddedCAD and inCAD, and grab some information from those. So here we just have, I guess, basically some sort of stockpile. Just rotate that for you so you can get an idea of what it looks like in 3D. And I've just listed the steps I'm going to complete. And if you heard me at the beginning talk about that little widget for rotating the views, that's what you see in the bottom right corner there. And I've found that extremely useful for changing my views in the in-model space. It works really well, and you're not always going through menu options to find different viewing angles and things like that. So first, I just extracted the points to the surface quickly by isolating them, and now I've just isolated those break lines, and I'm adding those to the surface as well. And then last, I'm going to take that purple polyline that's surrounding the boundary here, and I'm going to add that as a boundary. So that'll set the limits of my surface. And that's just a simple 3D polyline that's going around the perimeter of the area. So now that all three of those things, the points, the break lines, and the boundary are part of the surface, I can start generating surface models here. So first I'll show you a tin. There you go. We can see that it's accepted my break lines. I don't have any vertices crossing my break lines. We can switch easily to a realistic view to get a better 3D visual representation. And there, I'm using that widget to bring my view back to a top-down. And now I'll do some contouring. So first, I'm just going to quickly set my contour interval. Make sure it's 0.5 meter. And now we'll add some contours. So there we go. It's that easy. Contours have been added. We can start labeling and coloring the contours if we need to, but those are ready to be added to your plan to be sent out. So I've just isolated the contours there and give you an idea what they look like. So yeah, like I say, once you get using the surfacing operations in embeddedCAD, it's really quick and useful for, if you need to compute a volume or you simply just want a better 3D representation of your data. Works really well.
Hey, James.
Yep, go ahead, Jim.
Another couple of good questions came in the chat line. Roger had inquired about how you can exchange surface information with Civil 3D.
I believe we can export land XML, and you could do it that way.
Yeah.
But I also believe the surfacing, if you're using inCAD and Civil 3D together, you're going to have these features built right in.
What you'll find is that you can express the surface as a polyface, which of course Civil 3D will import. But I've also talked to, just because I've been around for a while, I know about this. I've also talked to lots of companies that use LandXML, and they can use it for surfaces, and they can also use it for things like alignments and parcels.
Right, sending them out to the field as well.
Yep. And I think there was one other question. Kerry had asked if he can design a building pad using this tool.
Yep. The premium licenses of embeddedCAD and inCAD both have site design and pad design options and road alignments and things like that. So those are definitely built in.
Super. Thanks everyone for your questions. We're enjoying this.
All right. So what do you get if you start using a MicroSurvey product? What do you have to look forward to? As I say here, after you purchase, you're not left alone. If you guys are just demoing the software or you've already purchased and you need a hand, we're definitely here to help. We've got a first-class support department. You can get a hold of us by phone or email or come visit us if you want to. And if you call in, there's a good chance you're going to reach me or Jim or Olivia here right away. And if you email, I think probably 99% of the time you're going to hear back from us within the same day. So you're not going to be waiting days or weeks to hear back from our support department. And we also have the help desk, so that's a great resource for you guys. We've got tons of articles for all of our software on there. And we're always adding and updating articles as new versions come out. New things need to be posted. And the training movies. We've got a big database of training movies for all of our products. So if you're wondering how a certain CAD function works, or you want to learn more about the Cova or different operations that you can do in embeddedCAD or any of our software, definitely check out the training movies. As well, we have a fairly active user forum. So there's a lot of people on there discussing different things, working on troubles together, and it's quite active. And then some of our employees are also posting in there too. So you're not just working with other users, there's also people right from the company as well. And we offer training classes. We've got a great network of trainers all across North America, and if you're interested in getting training from a certified trainer, most of it can be completed online, so you can attend from the comfort of your office or from your couch at home and learn from a MicroSurvey certified trainer. And we can also arrange one-on-one training too for individuals or companies who are interested in that. And there are classroom training sessions as well if you want to attend in person. Jim, did you want to add anything to the training?
Yeah, and actually a couple of questions came in that were relevant to training and to support as well. So how about I mention that? Yes, sure. For training, that's another hat that I wear on top of support, is organizing our training program. As James mentioned, if you have a look at our training calendar, we have regularly scheduled online training sessions that you can attend from anywhere in the world. And sometimes we send our trainers around to offer classroom training. We actually have a classroom at MicroSurvey for some of these events. And we've also in the past contracted our trainers to travel to your company. And so we've got a well-organized curriculum of pre-designed lessons that our trainers are experienced in delivering, or we can actually do training that's sort of customized to your company's needs. And then as far as, there was a couple of questions, oh yes, okay, one of the questions was exactly on that, custom training. Yes, we can do that. Just make a phone call and we'll get in touch with you and put it together. And the other question was, is there any charge for support or for viewing the training movies? And no, essentially our policy at MicroSurvey is if somebody has a question, we do our best to answer. I mean, the only caveat to note is that we focus on supporting the current product, and if you're maintenance is out of date and you're calling and asking us a question about an older product, it may take a lot longer to get an answer to you. So, and I think that was all the relevant questions. Just doing a double check here. Oh, there's a couple of questions about pricing, but why don't I wait until we get to the end, James?
Sure, absolutely.
Great.
So what to expect in the future? If you are, thinking of joining up with MicroSurvey and using our product, what do you get to look forward to? So we listen to you. Improvements. We're always looking to make improvements to the software. So through technical support, through the user forum, and working with users, we're always trying to improve the program. Make updates, and we're also looking at industry trends and new technologies and things like that, so we're adding new features and improving features constantly. And we've got a great defect reporting system, so our developers are recording and managing issues within the software, and those are usually resolved really quickly, or at least within the next release. And demos. So all of our CAD software packages have a 30-day demo period free of charge. So you can just go to microsurvey.com and request a demo. And so those are available to you, so you can definitely try the software before you decide to purchase. They're fully functional. You won't be limited in any way except for the 30-day maximum. So I would encourage you, if you guys are thinking about embeddedCAD 2017 or even inCAD, try embeddedCAD. You're going to have a lot of the same MicroSurvey features. Try it out for 30 days and see how you like it. We also offer the optional maintenance program, which I mentioned earlier. So if you're signed up for that, you're going to be able to receive every new update of the software as they're released. So definitely talk to your sales rep and see if that's something that would work for you guys. And here's one I wanted to mention as well, keeping old versions. In tech support, oftentimes I'll talk to people that are hesitant to update because they may be very busy or have a lot on the go. So they want to keep that old version installed because they know it works, and they trust it. So with your current license, if you are to update to embeddedCAD 2017 today, and you already use embeddedCAD 2015, you're able to keep 2015 installed. It'll stay as a separate program. You can keep using it. So there's not much concern for downtime and things like that, or getting used to the new version. You can keep that old version installed and use it, and work on learning the new version as you go. So let's just do one final poll here before we finish up. Based on what I've presented today, we'd just like to know if you guys think these the products and the features would be beneficial to you. So again, I'll just start the poll over in the interface. And you can only choose one answer in this one, but yeah, just let me know what you think. And again, while you guys are answering that, I should add, if you do have more questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Call into our technical support department. You might reach me or Jim, or give Dave or your sales rep a call, and we can answer some of the more detailed questions if you feel there's something that we didn't cover today. All right, thanks for your responses, everybody. I'll just close that poll now. Share the results. So yeah, very positive. I'm glad to hear that nobody said not much or no. That's great to hear, and a great number you think these are really good features to have. So I'm really happy to hear that. Thanks for that feedback, everybody. I appreciate it. So last but not least, the holiday sale. Right now we are offering $1,000 off embeddedCAD premium licenses and $800 off standard licenses. And as a thank you for you guys attending today, we're going to extend that offer until the end of December, so you don't need to make a rash decision. We also offer 0% financing, and we've got new deals coming out each week. So I've posted the link there. Definitely check out the Holidays webpage and see what we have to offer, or contact your sales rep. And I guess I'll open this up to Dave now. Did you have anything to add here, Dave?
I think the holiday promo information you have there kind of covers it. I mean, premium licenses are $29.95 minus the $1,000. You're looking at $19.95 for a license. That's without the maintenance plan. I will add that I do sell a lot of MicroSurvey CAD Ultimate, or not Ultimate, sorry, embeddedCAD to users because they tend to use it a lot because they just like the way it works. It is very stable. It's very robust. It's got a strong CAD engine attached to it. So I guess my recommendation for somebody who's looking at it for the first time is to get on the website and download the 30-day trial and give it a try, especially if you have MicroSurvey CAD experience or Autodesk experience and you want to try something new. I would say just hop on the website, give it a download.
And Dave, there was a number of people asking about pricing, and you had answered a few of them privately. It sounds like embeddedCAD and what the current Christmas prices are for both premium and for standard. They'd be really interested in hearing that.
Yeah, like I said, it was $29.95 regularly with $1,000 off on a premium license, so $19.95.
I could go back to that slide as well here.
Sure.
The web page link.
All right. Sorry about that, Dave. You had just said it, and I was reading the chat message when you said it.
That's okay. So yeah, so the standard license. So standard features, just to reiterate the difference between standard and premium. Your standard doesn't have the modeling features or the surface building. So if you're looking for just a standard survey package, the embedded standard works great. It's $24.95 minus $800. Quick math in my head, $16.95 for a license of that. And as the Jameses have told us, it is a perpetual license as well. The maintenance plan is optional, although recommended.
Perfect.
Great. Okay. And shall I finish up with further questions, or Dave, did you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good. I think that's about it, other than if you have additional questions, make sure you contact your rep or somebody in support. Yeah, and if you're curious about the program, download that 30-day trial. It is absolutely free.
Great. Okay. All right. Thanks, Dave. And so I'll just finish up with a couple other questions. I've been busy typing, as sometimes you can hear when I don't have my mic muted.
Jim, if I just add into, I should mention,
yeah.
embeddedCAD will install alongside other AutoCAD products. So if you have regular AutoCAD Vanilla or Civil 3D, you can also install embeddedCAD beside that. Or if you have Civil 3D 2017, you even if you're in a demo copy of Civil 3D, you can install inCAD 2017 as well.
Good. Yeah, that's a good one to clarify as well. Okay. And yes, and that probably follows up. One of the other main questions was with embeddedCAD. We should say again, it's the full package. So when David quotes you the price for embeddedCAD, you don't also have to send further money to another company in order to have the full CAD engine. We sell you the full package. There was, a few people have asked about recordings. Yes, you'll be getting a follow-up email after the webinar with a link to the recording. Please do share them with anybody that missed this event. And what was another one? There was another good question. Greg had asked if these programs integrate well with MicroSurvey StarNet. And me being the resident StarNet enthusiast, sure, I'll just answer that. Yes, we have lots of companies use StarNet and embeddedCAD, or frankly, lots of our MicroSurvey CAD products, you have a relatively simple tool for exporting traverses into StarNet format, or if you use another data collection system, you can use one of StarNet's converters. It's very common for people to send measurements to StarNet, do an adjustment, import the points into their CAD drawing, and then as a final step do either a Captivate or a Field Genius import, and that way what they'll get is StarNet adjusted points, and then the line work gets drawn according to the StarNet results. So nice flexible solution. The fact is we had lots of our customers using StarNet for a decade before StarNet became part of the MicroSurvey family, and so we've always had great respect for that product. Now, and then just a couple other questions that are coming in here. AutoCAD commands in embeddedCAD? Yes, all of the AutoCAD commands that you're used to using in vanilla AutoCAD, you can use them in embeddedCAD. The more advanced features sometimes may not be included. For companies that need those, they'll use the inCAD package. And I think that actually covers all the questions that came in. James, thanks a lot. This was a really well done webinar, and I can tell by the way a lot of people stayed that, that people found it interesting, so that was super.
Perfect. No, thank you guys for attending. I appreciate it.
Great. And Dave, thanks again for attending, and for those of you that that know Dave, if you have any other questions, go ahead and give him a call, or if you're already in touch with another MicroSurvey sales rep, go ahead and ask them questions. You will all have noticed that you've got an opportunity to send me an email if you have questions. I'll be very happy to forward them on to the appropriate person if you do. All right. Oh, and by the way, a few people have given us some compliments in the chat line. You know who you are. Thanks very much. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Dave, do you want to say a final word before we close this off?
No, I think I'm good. Like I said, thank you all for attending actually first. But if you do have questions, be sure to get in touch.
All right. Okay. Thanks again. Bye, all.